Take a look at that. Have you guys heard anything I said at all?
No.
So
No.
I'm just talking along. My phone is muted. Let me just go back.
Yeah, it was nice the way you
I
were
was
going.
doing really well.
I bet.
I had a couple of tongue twisters in there. Okay, so that's hilarious. So good morning, everybody. Let me just go back over that. I am not Annette Mason. I am Kathy Barberi, and apparently I didn't hit unmute. So welcome. This is our, dang it, I had some good stuff in there. I'll have to regurgitate. Oh, see, you guys thought it was you. No, it's really me. So this month's focus is around our marketing team, and that is comprised of a growth coordinator, event coordinator, and communications coordinator. Each month, we actually have on our Monday mugs an advanced training that we break down into 30-minute increments, and those are all around the power of one, the activities in the power of one around inviting and education and all those. So this month, our focus is the marketing team, and that is also the focus, they're all tied together, of our roundtable. And the roundtable is a monthly meeting where each one of your chapter presidents is to attend, supposed to, I'm using air quotes, so please encourage and make sure that your folks are attending, and they bring a support person with them each month. This month, it's the marketing team. Next month, it's the visitor host. So you'll want to make sure that your chapter is represented, because that's where we share ideas with each other. We have a BNI show and tell where your chapter gets to share, hey, these are the good things going on in our chapter. So that's how we all win. Last week, for the first week of the month, we overviewed the role. The second week, we had Jason Barta with Barta Media Group, and he helped all the participants with their own businesses and some strategies for social media. A lot of this is around leveraging social media. Next week, we'll go into more of the roles themselves. This week, we're fortunate to have Annette Mason, who is one of our area directors, and with Painted Lady Enterprises. She is a virtual assistant specializing in relationship marketing. So we're going to hear some tips from her in just a few minutes. But let's go over really quickly. The org chart for a chapter looks like this. And the marketing team, like I said, is comprised of 3: communications coordinator, event coordinator, and growth coordinator. Let me just mute some background noise. There we go. Sorry, whoever that was. Okay, so, and so now your chapter may not have all 3. Maybe you have a growth coordinator and they're kind of serving as the event coordinator or the communications. If there's someone in the chapter you think would be good at handling a couple of these things, volunteer, ask someone to get involved. It's not, if all of our teams are doing their small amount of work, then it's just easier for everyone. It doesn't overload or burn anyone out. So again, BNI is known to have specialists and not generalists. So let's all specialize so that we help our fellow teammates out. Okay, so the purpose of the marketing team, it's to help basically increase the visibility of the chapter and its members in the community, the business community as well. And this is where I think I was catching you guys up. It's creating and mainly increasing the visibility. So the more visibility our members have, the more referral relationships that they're able to build, and that is going to equate to more money, right? And so our focus has been around leveraging social media around that for this month. And so let's just go over quickly, and then I'll turn this over to Miss Annette so she can share some tips and tricks that will help your members in the chapter. So the growth coordinator is going to be focused on consistent growth. You know, you would think, well, isn't the president doing that? No, the president's helping run the chapter. So if we have someone that specializes in events and activities for consistent growth, not just, I saw where one chapter is having stack days each month, and you certainly want to have a regular flow of visitors. A stack day is a great mechanism to help with focused inviting. We have membership extravaganza that's coming up in April 1st through the end of May, and that's where your growth coordinator and event coordinator and the marketing team together will work with your chapter leaders to host an event for a visitors event. From that event, if your chapter sponsors 6 new members, which is very doable, then each person that had sponsored someone, their name goes into a drawing for a trip with other winners around the U.S. in October. So more information is coming out about that at the roundtables and to all the members directly. So be on the lookout for that. And, you know, there's, and I would, for all of you that are on here, if you will go into BNI University, especially our growth coordinators, but certainly all of our members, and go under training, the training tab, and type in growth is not the goal. And I'll share that with all of you. I'll send a reply all on the email that we had sent out as a reminder. But listen to that. It's about a 30-minute session with our national director, Tim Roberts, and it talks about the area of growth. A lot of chapters are resistant, and members are kind of, they're like, yeah, we're fine with having the number of members that we have, whether that's 18, whether that's 25, whether that's 40. And it gives you a different perspective to look at how unbalanced the contact spheres are in the chapters, and we're doing a disservice to the person that has a smaller contact sphere. So we want to give equal opportunity for growth for these contact spheres. So I challenge you to go listen to that. So the growth coordinator is going to have these strategies to help reach the chapter goals, and knowing the why behind the growth, not just, oh, let's pick a random number of, we want to be a 40-person chapter. Now let's look at the value of each member. And so that's what our entire team is focused on. The growth coordinator does have information in the leadership team manual on page 178. We'll send that out to all of the folks in those roles as well, so you have a copy of it. It is listed in BNI University as well under the manual. So the event coordinator is the other person on that team. An event coordinator is not just putting on an event for the chapter, it's keeping your eyes and ears open for good events for the chapter members to participate and go and network together. So it's not just hosting the event or socials. And then you're going to be a main liaison when we're planning the membership extravaganza date, so that our teams can support your event. And then just bring ideas to the chapter on things to do. And then your event coordinator checklist is on page 180. Communications coordinator. Well, it's kind of in the name, isn't it? Just really creating awareness in the chapter, but also throughout the community. This could be who handles more of your social media for the chapter. We do have a social media kit that we're reviewing at the roundtable. Again, we'll send that out to you all as well. That kind of goes over some tips and tricks, but also some branding compliance things, providing social media on the and of course helping with the chapter website is in there. So, and those responsibilities are there. So I'm going to turn it over and let Miss Annette drive the screen. So bear with me just a second. I will stop sharing mine, and Annette, come over and find and unmute you.
Tell me when you see my screen.
Okay. Okay. You have controls. You just have to approve them.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You are on. I'm going to mute again.
Okay. Well, good morning. As Kathy said, this is Annette Walden Mason. I do a little bit of social media. Hopefully you can see my screen. Yes, no, maybe?
No.
We don't see it.
I cannot. It says you're the presenter, though.
All right. Share my screen. It keeps wanting to open up the meeting.
Hmm. Do you want me to try and drive? Do you want to tell me where you want me to show them, maybe? Okay, I see something, but I think your internet might have dropped. Oh, there you are. But Annette, I don't think we have audio for you. Can you hear me? All right, well, while she is, can you hear Annette?
I cannot hear Annette.
Let's see. Okay, so her screen is blank now. Okay, so I'm going to take back over.
Offline, so I don't know.
Yeah, let me, dead air. Okay, so let's just review a couple of things. So when, if you notice that she comes back on, just holler at me. So let's take a look at some things to post, and let me go pull mine and I'll share my screen. So, and I'll share, you know, also from you all, what are some things as members that you all are sharing. So let me go over here. So I'm going to unmute and share some ideas that as a member, how can you or have you been posting things to promote your members in your chapter to your own pages and your chapter pages. So I'm going to unmute everybody. So I have unmuted you. If you are unmuted, go ahead. I know Elizabeth Preston, I saw something posted for Referral Pros. Okay, she's not there either. Are we the only ones here? Kidding.
I'm here.
Let me go. There you go.
Chat.
Yay! Go ahead.
I thought, it's going to be faster for me to speak. We had a visitor day
Sorry.
last week.
And the challenge was that everybody, we basically, well, Casey said, don't come if you don't have a visitor. And we
That's
did
a
have
good
a lot
accountability.
right. We did have a good turnout and some promising people. So looks like we are still growing. And then we also had a social for our group at Dave & Buster's, where we kind of like team building and relationship building. So that was fun.
Very good. And are you all when we're having these events, a really easy way to promote that event is create a Facebook event, and you can post, oh, there you go, right there. You can post the link to register for the meeting in that event. So it's a great way to, you can certainly invite through the app, right? Your members can send the invite from the app, but you can also create a Facebook event. I know, who else has some ideas that, and look, here's the thing. So on this, there's 310 people reached, 52 engagements. You can share and tag people and make comments, share it to our page, share it to your own pages. And I think that's where our chapters are starting to really engage in their chapter pages, but we need to encourage our members to share those things because it just goes exponential from there.
Yes, and we have
any other? Oh, go ahead.
We have at every meeting we have somebody post an announcement, you know, that we're networking in the morning, and then we tag and share that around. I don't know if we've been doing it to the ATL page though. Yeah, go ahead. It's an open post. So far, we haven't had to delete anything obscene or anything. So, and when we see it pop up in our feed, we'll share it. I share a lot to my personal page from the BNI Atlanta page. So, and then Emery for Strategic Network says that that their event coordinator takes a photo of their socials, and then they're having the visitor event on February 20th, and that they're posting those to their page. So what about around speakers? How are you all? I know David Miller, you're on here as growth coordinator. Anyone else using that to post for speakers, to promote the speaker? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Referrals, oops. I think it's not a bad idea when you're having a one-to-one, why not snap a photo as well? I haven't seen that. But if anyone's doing that, you as chapter presidents can, oh, here's one. Okay, so here we have.
Marie,
oh, yep.
that Roswell Network after every meeting, as part and for their socials.
Right. Yeah. Well, I had that, and then they also are. They're making videos as well. So here you have growth coordinator for BNI Referrals Are Us. They do a write-up on their featured speaker and create an event. Now, the key here is to share that event. So we're starting in the right place, right? And then I think sharing it and using it as a way to, look, I can put interested on there, right? So then it's going to show up in my event. So who else is using social media to promote things? I know our directors, when they are going to give awards, notable networker awards, we post about the Power of One report as well. So how else can you all utilize that for recognition? And any of our area directors that are on here, if you have anything to add.
Kathy, ask your question again, if you don't mind. I didn't hear you.
I was just saying, for our area directors, if there's anything that you all have noticed that chapters are sharing on their Facebook pages to promote their members.
Inductions of new members, visitor days, some of the other stuff I've seen, socials, any type of special recognition like a notable networker badge. or certificate posted. Those kinds of things is what I've seen.
Right. We're also starting to post renewals of members. So here are some folks that are, when they're attending member success program, we're taking pictures of those as well. So I think, you know, just really posting, you could post something about the featured speaker. I know, let me pull this other one. Here's a really good idea that Record Busters, and then I think someone else last week said they're doing this, but they're recording, and they actually have, Record Busters has a videographer in the group. And so they're recording the featured speaker and then posting it on their chapter page. I mean, what a great idea. Even if it's not, you know, done in, so they've got they're doing the induction here. You can go and literally listen to their featured speakers. So I think that's a great idea. I know that they're, they have a hard hat with BNI on it. So, I mean, it's still reaching folks. Again, the reach is good, but then if you share this is, again, I think a missing step for some of us, that we see it and like it. But if you, someone was saying the other day, if you like something business-wise, share it. So if it, you know, gets you to notice it, then share it to your page, and tag someone, because then the reach is exponential. So I think we're heading in the right direction. We see more and more activity on the chapter and member pages. And here's a funny thing. Go and look and make sure all your members have liked your page, your chapter page, and each other's pages. So I think the growth coordinator, that is or just an education spot even, could be very valuable at the chapter to say, hey, you know, we've got all of these events on a weekly basis, or, you know, our featured speaker, for sure, any of the inductions or ribbon cuttings, the notable networkers, like Tanya said. I mean, there's just so much opportunity for recognition and promotion. But again, I think we share it as well, and that will really help drive more traffic. Any other ideas there that are working at your chapter? I know I've seen some folks that they give awards for the best weekly presentation. Let me see. There was one other. James Barber is on here. Social media is a great way to fill it. Yes, it is. You can take a picture of an open chair or an empty seat and put a sign on it with the average value of that seat. And how would you find the average value of a seat if you don't have it? You can call around and ask. I asked some CPAs, actually. I think Beverly, you were on here. I asked CPAs, you know, what would you say your average return on investment is? Now, you can take a pool of a couple of industries. You don't have to ask all of them from our region if you don't get their response, but you take the average. You know, out of 10 plumbers, their average was X. So that's a fair number to post on there as well. Let's see. So events. Let's talk about photos, right? So at least all these people are looking toward the camera direction. Here's some really good photos too. Posting, you know, activity. Let me go over to who else is on here? I'm going to go up, look strategic. Okay.
I'm back on the line.
Oh, yay. Whew, I was running out of material, Annette. No, I'm just kidding. Let's try this again. Now that we all stole your thunder, we thought maybe
my whole system crashed. So
I thought something like that.
Yeah, I'm calling in on my cell phone, so I can't very well share a screen. It's like, okay.
No worries. Well, we were pulling up various chapters. So you take over and I'll drive. Tell me where you want me to go and I'll pull up whatever. How's that?
Like I say,
that's called teamwork.
BNI Blaze, Success Alliance, Referral to Us, all are good examples. One of the things that Jason said last week, and I want to reiterate, is that whoever's posting needs to be consistent. One of the things that you can do to create interest, you can have a theme like Monday Motivation, Tuesday Thoughts, Wednesday Wisdom, which is basically a positive quote, and try to have an image to go with the text, not just text, because it gets people's attention and they're more apt to look at it and read it and share it. One of the things that Success Alliance does very well is they post a photo and a bio of their upcoming speaker and who they would like to have in the room. Of course, they go to that person and ask, you know, who are the industries that you would like to have in the room. So it's basically inviting for the featured speaker. I know they had 24 visitors registered last week and had 18 in attendance. So that's the power of inviting for the featured speaker. The other thing you can do for the featured speaker and or for your weekly meeting is to create events for your chapter meetings and share those events on other local pages. There's 2 chapters in Forsyth County, BNI BAG and BNI Blaze. And there's also on Facebook, Focus on Forsyth Businesses and several other business pages. So it's good. Network North Georgia is another good generic one. You can go and post your chapter's event on that page, and the event is just your regular chapter meeting. You can also make those reoccurring, so schedule a month's worth of meetings, then the next one will just automatically come up. And you can also go to Eventbrite and do the same thing, and it will also link to Facebook. Referrals are us. I've noticed lately that they are actually using their featured speaker for their event as far as what the banner says rather than just a generic BNI page, which is good. Recently it was a roofer, and I think this week it is their life insurance person. The other thing, and you may have already covered this, take photos at the meetings, any kind of recognition, notable networker, presentations of anniversary and renewal ribbons, who's getting green buttons, new member inductions, members who are renewing, who are getting re-inducted, who won the best infomercial of the week. Several chapters have trophies that they present. I know Success Alliance has named theirs the Ivan. Success Alliance has named their trophy for their infomercial the Ivan. Ribbon cuttings for new members. Not only do just the ribbon cutting with the new member, but also who is there supporting her, who sponsored her or him, who sponsored them, who's their mentor, who came to the meeting that they invited. So you get as many people up front for the ribbon cutting as possible, just like a new business is doing the ribbon cutting. Photos of the speaker. You've highlighted the speaker before the meeting, so highlight the speaker after the meeting. Maybe take a photo of their presentation. If they had PowerPoint, something on the PowerPoint that was memorable. If they had any props, a lot of times when people they are the speaker, they will set up with props and so forth. So that's always good. Record Busters, they like to actually video the presentation and post it on their Facebook page, so that's always good. Tag everybody in the photos that's on Facebook, because what that does is it shows up on their page and all of their friends will go and look at it because people are nosy on Facebook. That's how you gain engagement. Get all your members to like your page. Check in every meeting. In other words, when before you tell them to silence their cell phones, ask them to go to their Facebook page and like the page and check in. When following up with visitors, some chapters even post the names of the visitors who visited and or take photos of their business cards and post them on their page. So those are some things that you can post on your Facebook page.
Lots of great ideas. Any questions from anyone? Let me unmute. This is always a scary thing. I'm going to unmute everybody, so heads up. Okay. Yeah, so here is Southern Crescent. They also have an award for the weekly presentation. So they're giving that out as well. So, speed networking event, lots of great ways to promote folks. And I think I like the tip for sure of before the president says, hey, please silence your phones, having everyone like the page or check in. Some people are kind of weird about checking in. They're like, I don't want people to know I'm not at home. So however that works, but they can go like the page or just make a comment about the group and, you know, taking a picture with the visitors. We also recommend going and posting. If you have a confirmed visitor, go and post that on the chapter's site as well, because it helps promote their business as well. So any other ideas that anyone would like to share? Oh, wait, unmute it. I think you're all unmuted. I think, you know, start with, for sure, have all of your chapter members like your page. That's a good place to start, because that will drive more activity, and they can do it in the moment at the meeting. They can make a comment. Annette, I liked your tip, and I typed that in, of have a theme of Motivational Monday. We have Testimonial Tuesday that we're going to start implementing in our region. So be on the lookout for that. And then I don't know what you said for Wednesday, but I put Wow Wednesday. So anyway,
Wednesday
I
wisdom.
don't know what you said. Oh, Wednesday wisdom. Okay. And what's Thursday?
Thursday thoughts. Thursday
Okay.
testimonials.
See, you could have them. Yep. And then Friday is
Friday fun.
anything? Okay, that's what I was going to say.
You can also throw in some education. Post a podcast. Link to a podcast.
And I will say, yeah, there's a lot of really great videos on BNI's YouTube, just the main YouTube. Now I'm not going to be able to. That you can easily repost. There's some Ask Ivan things in there. BNI explained. I mean, so there's all kinds of videos that are already there that you could go and just reuse. So I think that is pretty valuable. So. Oh, okay. Will do, James. Thanks. All right. And so definitely post. Has anyone posted their mug yet? You can interpret that however you want. It could be your face mug. Oh, there's my post about the Patriots. Whew, what a game. There we go. Has anyone posted your mug yet on our Facebook page? Kind of, you know, it's the whole point of our call today is around social media. So if you haven't, go and share one tip that you found useful so that other people can learn from that weren't here. So we appreciate your help, Miss Annette. I'm glad you found your way back to us. And we will see you all next Monday for the mugs. Thanks again for participating. Next month is all around visitors, the visitor host, visitor experience, inviting visitors, prepping for membership extravaganza, and so on. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thanks.